Yeah, on the second piece here, this is a critical one. So I can say with great conviction now that doing nothing is no longer an option. So have that conversation with your leadership, with your CFO, with whoever you need to have that conversation with, because you're going to have to do something in 2025. And so this is the point where it's a question of not, am I going to do something, or when am I going to do it? Because the answer is yes, you're going to do, you have to do something, and you have to do it in 2025. Now the question is, what strategy am I going to implement, and who am I going to partner with? And so leading into the next one here, from my standpoint, this is a massive opportunity. And I think that there's a lot of folks in the industry. I know there are a lot of folks who I've spoken to who've told me that this is their opening. This is their opportunity to finally focus on an issue that they've cared about for a long time and they've known is something that requires a lot of attention and should be focused on. But there were just too many other fires burning at the same time. And so ultimately now the EPA has shoved this to the forefront of everyone's attention. We need to act on it now in order to avoid massive EPA fines and a lot of bad press. And so now this is our opportunity to solve or address this leak rate issue, and really start driving down those leak rates, which are going to also provide massive financial, operational, sustainability benefits beyond just the compliance piece as well. So this is a real opportunity to make some progress against these strategic goals that a lot of folks have had on their list for years and years. This is a big opportunity.
And Amrit, if I could just piggyback off of that, something that may be obvious to everyone here, but as companies really put their emissions profile under the magnifying glass and focus on achieving their sustainability goals, we're seeing that the Scope 1 fugitive emissions from leaking refrigerant are actually increasing as a share of their overall emissions profile. And this is because they're making progress on areas like maybe they're offsetting their energy consumption, or they're switching to renewable sources, or they're electrifying their vehicle fleet, all of which great, important, critical steps. But as a result, when those Scope 2 emissions come down, then the Scope 1 impact is greater as a piece of the overall pie. And I'm certain that anyone for whom this information is relevant certainly meets the materiality threshold that we're seeing in financial reporting and disclosures. So whether that's, I think it's SB 253 in California, or SEC requirements to better track and report on these emissions and progress towards these goals, just kind of worth keeping in mind that the fugitive emissions Scope 1 piece is definitely a growing piece of the overall pie. And so if it hasn't come into focus yet, it's inevitable that it will, especially with these important changes.